So first of all, some history. We started EasyConnect in the first hackathon that Qubic held in Madrid. We won the second prize in this hackathon, and after that, we proposed the EasyConnect and obtain through the ecosystem what we need to develop. And this session is the first one we are publishing to show all the people in the Qubic ecosystem why EasyConnect is a really powerful tool to integrate whatever you want to do in EasyConnect. So you can access information on EasyConnect and the Kairos web. Kairos is the company that are building EasyConnect and other solutions. For instance, we won also the last Qubic track in the Paris Hackathon with a solution to audit smart contracts, Qbuild, that we are working on it very soon. So here you can see the last info regarding EasyConnect. As you can see, we are now open for people to join the beta, and we have launched a complete website, and we are going to see this website to understand how to use EasyConnect. In this website, we call it the Easy Academy. You can go step by step, and we are going to do that in real time. So EasyConnect is a platform that you can configure to obtain any information you want from Qubic Smart Contract. In this beta version, we can access QX information, so you can configure bids and asks from QX with different conditions. So we are monitoring this kind of information, and as soon as we get something that matches with this information, we will send a notification to the platform that you are using. If you have your own system or application, we can send this information towards the application. You just have to configure the URL, the webhook we have to call, or you can integrate also EasyConnect. That is the different demos that we are going to see with your own use cases, your own scenarios in no-code platforms like Make or Zapier or N8N or whatever platform. So this is a really easy and fast way to build whatever you want, because I don't know if you are currently users of this kind of platforms, but this is really easy, and we are going to see today how can you build something using these platforms. So here you can see the different information in the documentation, so you can guess how can we create an account and do the first login. There is a step-by-step video to explain it, and also the information right down here in the documentation. How can we create and activate alerts? What you need, and the steps we have to do to create this configuration. We are going to see it on live in this session. How can you edit alerts when these alerts are previously created? And how can you check the notification sent towards the platform or Make or whatever you are using? And this is the full end-to-end demonstration using QX and Make. So imagine you are launching a an initiative in which every people that buys 676 Garth in QX are going to receive something or are going to participate in some initiative. So what we want to do is to monitor every bid order in QX smart contract for this amount, and then notify it to Make. In Make, we build a scenario in which we check the Qubic price from MEXC. We record all the information, both in a Google Sheet, and we send a real-time notification to a Telegram group, a specific topic in a Telegram group. This is the way we are going to show you what you can do with EasyConnect plus Make in a real scenario. So here you have both the prerequisites and the step-by-step scenario to create it. Okay, I'm scrolling down just to show you because we are going to see it live. And after the session, you can access this documentation and create your own scenario, or you have here the examples. So you just have to download this scenario. This is a blueprint. This is a configuration, the whole configuration of Make. So you can import this scenario and just change the configuration. We are going to see how to do it in a minute. Okay. And last but not least, this is the subscription, the kind of subscriptions we are going to launch. Initially, there will be a free subscription limited to 200 notifications per month, and also a basic subscription to handle until 1,000 notifications. We are going to add different subscriptions over the time, and you can contact us on business day hours through Telegram, and you can contact also through email to EasyConnect. And this is all in the documentation, but the frequently asked questions, we are going to add more information. Maybe we can get something in this session to add here. So feel free to ask everything you want, and we will include the responses here in the frequently asked questions. Okay, so here there are some typical questions to create the scenario that we are going to see here in Make, how to obtain information and so on. Okay, and also some questions about EasyConnect that are included here in the documentation. So let us start in the Make scenario. I don't know if you know Make a really powerful platform to build almost anything you want, but anything related to X, and this is a pity. But okay, we are going to show you the two different demos that are in the documentation. The first one that I told you, every 676 Garth buys in QX will launch a notification, and we handle this information here in this scenario. And the second one, so we monitor this address in real time, and every time the address buy or sell something, we send a notification to this scenario. Going deep on the scenario, here you can see different steps. I will explain it one by one. Also, you have all this information in the videos in the documentation website. So first of all, This is the webhook. This is the component that is called by EasyConnect platform. If you click on the component, you can see this URL is configured in EasyConnect platform in the alert that you create. We are going to see it in this session. So once the information reaches the webhook, it is the process starts. So we query this URL to obtain the quotation of Qubic in this real time. And then we do two different things. We add to this Google Sheet document a new row in which we store this information, the asset name, the address, who buy in QX, the number of, and the price in Qubic, the quotation of Qubic, and also the transaction and the tick number for this buy. And this information is also sent towards a Telegram topic. So this is the message. We compone the asset name, the source ID, the address, the number of shares, price, and whatever. We are going to see it in real time. It's really simple to change anything, because as you can see, if I click in this text box, I can select whatever information from the previous modules. For instance, this is the transaction, and this is all the information in the transaction. So if I want to, I don't know, to include the destination address, which is the one related to the token, or whatever the timestamp, whatever information, I just have to click, and that's all. So it's really drag and drop to build and to change anything in this scenario. Also, you can export the scenario and you can start from scratch in a new blank scenario and import this blueprint. And if you do that, we are going to do. You can create a new scenario, a blank one, EasyConnect demo. And it's as simple as that. You import the blueprint, and as you can see, you have here the whole scenario. What do you have to do? This is included step by step in the documentation. You have to create a webhook, your own webhook, a different URL. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. As you can see here, I have the new URL. Also, you have to register your own account. This is mine, but you have to sign with Google, select an account, and once you have finished, you can select different Google Sheets that are in my drive, and also I can select different directories. Okay, so this is the only thing you have to do to configure this module, and the Telegram one is a little bit more complicated because you have to previously create a bot in Telegram, which is covered also in the documentation. Then you will have a token. You can access the bot through the API using this token, and you have to configure also the chat ID, which is this one is your Telegram group ID, and you have to start from minus 100. And also you have to configure your message thread ID. How can you obtain this information is also covered in the documentation. Is pretty simple. And that's all. Once you do that, you can run this scenario and everything is going to work. Okay, let me switch to the previous one. As you can see, here we have 3 records in queue. This means that this scenario wasn't active when EasyConnect identified 3 people buying 676 GORF. Our platform sent to make this information. You can see here the queue. So this is the 3 different buys, and you can see the details. This is the JSON in which you can see the source ID, which is the address, the amount, the tick in which this transaction is confirmed, the which is the asset, and also the amount of shares, which is the one we are monitoring. So I can show you how it works. Okay, let's the show start. If I run once, I'm going to use one of these notifications sent by EasyConnect. Okay, we are going to see how all the scenario is going to work, and we are then going component by component to see the information that is processed. Okay, so if I use this existing data, you can see here on the top right the information that has been processed. So this is the transaction that EasyConnect has sent to this scenario make, to this webhook. You can see the source address, you can see the timestamp, etc. And this is the information related to the buy itself, the asset name and the number of shares. We query also in real time MEXC, and we obtain this quotation. And you can see here also how a new row is created, and you update 7 columns in this row. So the information is also stored in this X. Okay, let me check. Let me show you. This is all the information stored, and you can see all the buyers that have bought exactly 676 GORF, the share price in Qubic, the Qubic price in this moment, and also you can see the specific transaction in Qubic Explorer. So here you have, if you are in a marketing campaign or whatever, you can see here all the addresses that you will launch an airdrop or whatever you want to do. Also here in Make, you can see all the past transactions. So we can go over the information, and this is the text that we have composed to send to the Telegram group, and you can see it in Telegram. We have received, here you can see it, card whale alert, new bid order by these addresses, 676 shares at 1 Qubic each, Qubic quotation, and also the information of the transaction, which is the same as the one that we have seen in Google Drive. Okay, if you follow the documentation step by step, you can import this blueprint and you can configure it, and you can before you have to create your own Telegram bot, which is pretty simple but also really powerful to do whatever you want in your Terraform group. And you can configure it in EasyConnect. Okay. Here you can see all the transactions that the platform has sent, when, and the result. So this means that Meg has queued all these transactions, and I can see the same information I can in the make queue. So here you can check if everything is going fine, and also you can create your own alert. You can create a demo alert. Is just demo. And once you create the alert, you specify three different information and also an optional one. The origin, here you can see in this beta moment just the QX smart contract, but we are going to add new contracts when they are interested. And you can see all the methods that are linked to this contract. Okay. The QS smart contract offers the ECU asset, which is the one when you create a new digital asset. This is the method that is called. The asked order, which is a buy, the bid order, which is a sell, and the transfer share management rights, which is a specific procedure that is at the moment it's more difficult to test. Okay, you are going to use ask and bid to check buys or sells. Okay, we are going to check for asks, and here you can create different conditions. You have the issuer address, asset name, number of shares, or price, which are parameters related to this method. For instance, I can configure here just guard, and we can also specify the number of shares equals. Okay, this is the configuration that we are using in the scenario that you see in Make. We can add here a specific address, and if we paste here this address, only buys and sells related to this address are going to be monitored. We can leave it blank. And also here you have to paste the URL in your make a scenario or the URL of your platform or your application. We have to click here and just copy this address to the clipboard and paste it here. And we can send a test notification. So let me free the queue because we have some transactions waiting. And now we are waiting for any communication here, for any notification sent from the EasyConnect platform. So when we configure this alert, we can send a test notification. This is fake, okay? But as soon as we send it, we can check that the webhook is responding. And if we go here, we can see the information. So we can check that everything is working fine. And also, if we can, if we would like to modify anything here, we can obtain the specific information, so we can easily include this information in anything we want in the scenario. Okay, so this is the way we test everything is working fine, and we just click here to make it active. So if you see the alerts, we have a new alert here which is active. There is no notification sent, and as far as we have 676 gone by in real time, we will receive this information. Just something to take into account in the beta. This could last 5 minutes or less. This is not real time in the beta, but it will be real time in production when we launch the final version. If anybody buy QSwap here, I can do it. EasyConnect will monitor the information, and if it fits with the condition that you have configured here, it will launch a notification to the scenario. So mainly this is how it works. So, let me show the other scenario. We have some information here in Telegram because we have launched not only real buys, but also you can see here the test transaction. It doesn't fit with we expect, but this is just to confirm the steps, the end-to-end scenario is working fine. And let me show you the other scenario. It's a little bit different because here we want to monitor what is a specific address doing in QX. Here in EasyConnect, we are going to configure 2 different alerts. So we are going to monitor asks from this address, and we are going to monitor bids from this address. The configuration is very similar. The difference is the method that we are using, and this is the one we are using. Okay. Here there are no conditions. Every buy are going to be monitored, but this is the important one. The source is this address. This test address is the one who buys something in QX. This alert, this one is the same alert, but using the ask method instead of the bid method. As you can see, there are several notifications sent. So we can go here. Here we have some transactions in queue. So we are going to run once using these transactions, and we are going to see what happens. Here we have the information. This is a golf buy, I guess. The destination. Okay. We get the quotation of Qubic in real time. We store the information here in Google Sheet, and we are going to see this is a slightly different message because what we're going to alert is some QX activity. So if it's a bid order, we will send bid. Otherwise, we will send ask. This is the source ID, number of shares, the asset name, the price in Qubic of this asset, and also the quotation of Qubic and also the transaction. And if we here see Telegram, this is the message. As you can see, we have a new ask order from this whale, 1 guard shares at 9 Qubic each. And if we activate the scenario, we can see all the pending transactions that are in queue. Let me activate the scenario and process the old data. So let me check because it was supposed to process all. Okay. So let me run it 3 times just to see the information that are stored here in the. So here we are storing all the information regarding to the transactions. You can see here there are asks and also bids. So we can see the specific information in the Qubic Explorer as we did it in the previous scenario, and also we can see here the notifications received in the Telegram group. Okay, with all the specific information. I didn't want to spend a very Qubic in this buys. Okay, and I guess that's all. So let me see you here. All you have to do is to follow these steps in the documentation. Here you have the video that is more or less what we have presented here in the session. And this is the step-by-step configuration, as you remember, in the webhook configuration, Google Sheet 1, Telegram bot, and also you have here links to the fact to be able to obtain this information and also to be able to create your own Telegram bot using the bot father in Telegram. So you should be, and this is the question. Are you ready to follow these instructions, to follow these steps, and to create your own EasyConnect scenario on your own bot Telegram to analyze this information, to create whatever you want? All of you have your free EasyConnect subscription, so you can access the EasyConnect platform, you can create your own account, and you can start working with EasyConnect. And also you can create your own account in Make. The free Make account is more than enough to do whatever you want with these scenarios, and also to create your own scenarios. Here you have the blueprints, so you can download this blueprint and you can import the 2 scenarios directly as probably we have seen in the first scenario. So that's all, and I hope it is interesting for you to continue learning what you can do with EasyConnect. We are really open to help you in everything you need to create your own scenarios. If you have something in mind, please tell us, because we are really happy to help you create whatever you want. And that's all. I don't know if you have any question. There is nothing in the chat. I hope it was interesting for you. Let me check. There's something new here. Everything clear?
Hey, yeah, thank you. Beautiful presentation. So we have official Telegram channel for Guard, but we haven't actually used it, and I think this is a perfect start for us to start using it.
Yeah, sure.
To implement these bots, and when the time passes, we'll see what's needed best. But we'll start with this simple buy orders or executions. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the
Okay.
presentation. Appreciate
Thank
you
you
very much.
Thank you. And Karataka is asking, currently there is only QX integrated. We plan to integrate QSwap, and as far as it could be interesting for the projects to be integrated in EasyConnect, we will include another smart contracts. For instance, if finally the bridge is deployed, this could be an interesting smart contract to include. But we continue working with EasyConnect in a roadmap, so we will include future smart contracts on it. We are going to publish this this session. We will edit it, and we will publish it public in our website. And it takes time. This is a good question. In fact, is very, very straightforward. I mean, if you follow the steps, I hope you have to do nothing but what is here in the documentation. So let me throw you a question. Do you have any problem with the documentation? Let's try, and please tell us, because we want to be able to facilitate anybody without any kind of not only technical knowledge, but also knowledge about the smart contracts, to access the information in Qubic and to build anything. So feel free to send us anything to improve the documentation, and count on us to help you to build your own scenarios. Okay, thank you. So this is all. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so you can create, Kavata, you can create your own whale alert, whatever conditions you want related to your own address, or to a specific amount, or a specific price, or whatever you need. We are constrained to the smart contract. I mean, if the method in the smart contract has 4 parameters, we can play with these 4 parameters, but nothing else. Okay. Okay, so you are also in the beta tester Telegram group, so anything you can ask through the Telegram group, please feel free. Thank you all, and I hope we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.